today. It's Madden NFL football. It's week 11 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Chicago Tigers taking on the London Monarchs.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the London Monarchs and the Chicago Tigers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. They come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. Meanwhile, for the visiting... The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. From the 6. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workman-like in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 5 catches, 62 yards.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
How about this for an opening drive decision? You got 4th and short, just outside of field goal range in all likelihood. What do?
I'm going for it. I've got to go get it right now. I want to establish a tone. It's early in the game. I want to let my offense know that I believe in them. And you know something else? I let my defense know I believe in them also by taking that gamble. If we don't get it, it's okay. You guys will cover for me.
Here's Tyler Newsome now. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well. Won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. The numbers for him from a week ago: 17 carries, 74 yards, and a touchdown.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on him. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. First down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. He'll drop to throw. Going to throw right side here. Complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. They'll drop to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the 1st quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase him.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Monarchs have taken the early lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Point after here coming up. It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead. So that drives 7 plays in length. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in 1st place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the #1 goal? Make the playoffs. #2, win your division. #3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the #1 seed so you get that 1st round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to 3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. Can't escape, and down he goes.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Here's Tyler Newsome now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Let's take it inside his own 40. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive.
And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. And he comes back with one complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. They pick up 11 in addition to moving the chains.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. At that time, they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They go play action here on 1st down. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the 1st half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the 2nd half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Back to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. 1st down. They'll try to run this one in. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Monarchs are able to widen their advantage.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Now the try here for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. That time a 9-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff tee. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Chicago offense set to get started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 2nd and 8. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he powers his way up past the 30. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. He finds his man, complete. That's Stanley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are. Stay with who you know.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Grady Jarrett, that is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. The job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now a throw here to his running back. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lewis. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll set up to throw. And complete to Lewis over the middle. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. From 4 yards out, and the Tigers have got it back to within a score. That was quite the call down around the goal line on 4th and goal.
Yeah, they fake the run, pull it out, throw it, and as a defense, I've been in that spot before, and we see it all the time. You almost have to overcommit against the run. You have to almost sell out and say, they're going to run it, go make a play. They got fooled on that one.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Taken in at the 3. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Second and 3. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll look to throw here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And his kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL.
There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be taken down by the face mask, it appeared. And yes, out come the flags.
Face mask. Defense.
Oh, no.
So they'll get the yardage on the run and get 15 more for good measure.
Yeah, that wasn't too difficult to spot here. The sideline erupting, and the flags came out almost immediately.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. In trouble, and he's taken down. And that's his second sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the third quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They'll look to throw here. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
I like the thinking there, because right after a sack, it can be a great time to call for a screen to your running back and use the eagerness of the defense against him. Able to gain some positive yards out of this one and make things a little bit easier for him on third down.
They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. They bring their punter out there now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. And Murray's still down. Maybe shaking up that go-around. Let's hope he's all right. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw here. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the defense. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Point after try forthcoming. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded right around the 8. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jones. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Now a handoff looking right. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for Chicago. .37 yards on the punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. How do you break down his game so far? Just the one touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't, not until you balance it with the error side.
2nd and 2. And it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. Caught by Jones. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now back to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Now on now is the punter, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. A gain of 3, second down. Three quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 7 now from their own 7. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. A handoff as they run the counter play. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. And to give this time to the tailback. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now whistles here, and we've got a man down. Man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out. We've got them now.
They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. 56 yards on the ground for him so far. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Right back to Singletary on 2nd down. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. They'll run out of the gun with Singletary. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up the 4th down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And this one is right through. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And out across midfield down to the 45. They'll look to throw now on first down. He'll find Jones again, complete. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. Second and 4. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. He was looking to get it to Baldwin again, but it's going to be second down. Looking to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. He'll look to throw. Caught right side. It's Lewis.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
So this crowd